Great news for you Splatoon 3 fans such as I am. I am myself a very big fan of Splatoon 3. So seeing a new update here is great news. I've kind of gotten burnt out a little bit on Splatoon 3, but let's go over this. This will probably bring me back to the game for a little bit because we have a whole bunch of, like Nintendo Life says, changes and fixes, much more. Let's take a look here. Splatoon 3 version 5.00 is now live. Here are the full patch notes. Now, there's quite a bit of patch notes for like bug fixes and map issues and stuff like that, and we'll skim through those at the end. But I'm going to save some of this stuff for you to go through and check things out on your own time. I kind of want to see what are the new weapons, or what are the new things that we're getting. So, article starts, Nintendo is still showing strong support for its team-based squid shooter Splatoon 3, and it should. It's a fantastic game. With this in mind, it's now announced it'll be releasing an update very soon. The update is actually out. If you're watching this right now, the update should be out. So let's jump right into it here. Season and catalog changes, which I'm glad. We need new stuff for the catalog. We've been needing new stuff. So what do we got? A new catalog, including new gear, titles, banners, decorations, stickers, and emotes. About time. 2 new battle stages, Crab Lake Capital and Ship-Shaped Cargo Co. So I'm hyped for that. 2 new main weapons. 8 new sets of existing main weapons paired with different sub and special weapons, which I appreciate. I appreciate it. You know, they mix up what the weapon looks like and colors and, all the special abilities that come with those specific weapons. A returning Salmon Run stage from the Splatoon 2 game, Salmonoid Smokeyard. I don't remember that one. I'm sure I will once I play it because I do own Splatoon 2. And 12 new Table Turf battle cards. I like this Table Turf card game idea. I've sat around and played it for, I don't know, maybe like an hour. And it's cool. It's a nice little thing to have in the game. But I'm not, I don't know. It hasn't sold me yet. Moving forward. Introduce the Adjust Gear feature to wear selected headgear and t-shirts in new ways. Select any supported gear from the Equip screen and press Y button to adjust it. We have some new changes to multiplayer. Added 3 songs to play during battles. New main weapons have been added, and this is the Dredge Ringer, a slosher that fires 2 bursts of ink with each swing. This is kind of interesting. And by changing direction while swinging, you can fire ink in 2 different directions. Doesn't sound too big. I'm not a big slosher. I don't mess with the sloshers much. I do play with Splatlings. Heavy edit Splatling. Splatling that can fire at high speed. Man, I took out 20 plus, I think it was like 23 or 24. I had like 23, 24 splats in one match, just lighting everybody up with the splatting. With one, I forgot which one it was, but I digress. It has a longer charge time, but when fully charged, it fires faster than other Splatlings. Okay. That's the thing you got to get used to with those weapons. And new weapons have been added. These weapons will be available at the shop. Start of Drizzle Season 2023. And again, it's your standard weapons with different looks and different sub-weapon and special weapon abilities. I will say I am a Ultra Stamp user. I use that quite often. Inkstorm, depending on what mode you're playing. Kraken Royale is a lot of fun. Tacticooler I don't really use, but I'm thankful for people that when playing the match that they throw those out there, depending on which mode you're playing. And right here we have specifications for some main weapons have changed. So the Splatbrella and the Sorella reduced the recovery time for the Brellas lost as a result of being launched or broken from 6.5 seconds to 5.5 seconds. Undercover Brella reduced the recovery time for broken Brellas from 4.5 seconds to 4 seconds. So they kind of got a a little bit of a buff. That half a second can go a long way. We got the Reflux 450. Narrowed the spread angle when fired without charging by approximately 30%. And also narrowed the spread angle when fired, well charged, one level by approximately 29%. Would you count that as a buff or a nerf? Because I would think you would want the spread angle to be pretty high. And of course, I gotta say my favorite specifications for some special weapons have changed. Killer Whale. I think a lot of people use this ability. It's a personal favorite of mine. I use it with the .50 gal. That is like numero uno for me. But if there is no target, it can lock onto the area of effect. It will now lock onto the target last in the area of effect. That sounds like a buff. Added a display indicator and sound effect to clarify the locked on target when the lasers are fired. That's great. That's good. I'm glad we get that from I think it's not the Trizuka, the one that fires the missiles. It kind of gives you the indication of lock-ons. So I'm glad we can kind of have a better idea if we're gonna be able to take some people down. Zipcaster I never use. I never use Zipcaster. I've never been a really big fan of it. But now possible to attach closer to the ground than before. Increase the damage dealt by the explosion from colliding with the ground. The radius of that explosion has increased by approximately 50%. Oh boy, I think we're going to see a lot of people using Zipcasters. And again, like I like the teammates that have Tacticooler. Extended the cooldown time for the special gauge after placing a Tacticooler from 7.5 seconds to 10 seconds. So it got kind of a little bit of a nerf. And so now they have a little bit of more things pertaining to the maps and the other game mode here. So for Splatfest, made it possible to select different stages even during the same time period with Splashfest Battle Open and Splashfest Battle Pro. Added a song that will play during Splashfest battles. Made it so the song playing in the lobby will change a certain amount of time after Splatfest ends. That's good. You got to add variety to this stuff. What did they do to Table Turf? Made it possible to sort cards by rarity. Finally, that's nice. I appreciate that. Maybe that'll get me back into Table Turf, because that's convenient. Change the default sorting for edit deck and test placement to sort by spaces. Nice. And here's something I like, but I'll tell you right now, the game is very grindy, and that's the one thing that kind of I get burnt out by is the grindiness to get especially like splash tag banners and stuff like that. I couldn't tell you how many hours I have put into this game, and I'm just I would like some different banner artwork. But they added approximately 160 decorations and 140 stickers to Hotlantis. That's nice. Added approximately 80 splash tag banners and 400 titles that you can get from the shell out machine. The shell out machine's fun. I always dump my was it $5,000 in there or $3,000? I can't remember. To get my title or goodies. And that continues with like a bunch of bug fixes. I know that they had some stuff in multiplayer that would just cause a game to crash. Fixed an issue where selecting certain titles in certain languages caused the game to crash. Ouch. So I'll let you guys go through these through all the rest of these fixes. I mean, it's quite a bit. It's quite extensive. And I appreciate it. I mean, have you guys been playing other games than Splatoon 3? Is this going to get you back into Splatoon 3? I feel like it will. At least I'll be playing one weekend of it, checking out the changes and seeing, what's going on with everything. But how do you guys feel about Splatoon? Is this game dead? Have you moved on to something else? Is everyone playing Pikmin 3? Which I didn't think I was going to like, but Pikmin 3 is really, really, really good. Hey, if you made it this far, why don't you help your boy out? Hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate you guys, okay? That's some news. I'll talk to you soon.